The sales book that's had the biggest impact on my career is the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Highly recommend. I've read it multiple times. It's more mindset and mental frameworks opposed to tactical sales knowledge, but there's many gems in here that have the ability to really take you from where you are today to where you want to go. And I'm going to talk about some of those in this video here today. Most mornings driving into the office on my commute, I'm actually listening to Grant's audio clips, just segments of him, his motivational speeches, him talking about how to be a better salesperson. And his message just really resonates with me. So what I want to do first is share some of his videos with you. He's really blown up his YouTube channel by posting YouTube shorts. So we're gonna look at his top 3 most popular shorts, accumulating over 30 million total views. We'll do that in 2 to 3 minutes. And then if you stick around until the end, I'm gonna talk about my most important takeaways from this book that I apply each and every day in my sales job. If you're looking to blow up your sales numbers in 2022, leave a like on this video now. Grant Cardone, 1.92 million subscribers. How long is it gonna take us here at this channel to surpass his? Give us 5 years. 5 years, then check back. The reason Grant's message resonates so much with me is because he started out in sales, wasn't very good at it, didn't like it, committed to going all in, and deciding he was going to be wildly successful. Built a business around his ability to sell, takes all of the profits from the businesses and puts them into real estate to generate cash flow. Most people know him for sales, marketing, real estate. If you've ever heard of Grant before, comment the house emoji below. I've recently started posting short form content on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, go check me out on TikTok. We're posting a lot of great sales content on there. Without further ado, mystery shopping my client's business live. Hashtag shorts.
Some of you right now, if I call your company and say, hey, can you give me a price on something? They won't even offer me other prices. What do you sell? Home services? Give me your phone, man. Like, what should I ask for? What's your best product?
This is Donna. How may I make you smile today?
Hey, how much is a water heater?
Don't give you prices over the phone. Unfortunately, we have to have a technician come out, and he can tell you because everyone's different.
Yeah. Okay, thanks a lot. She's like, I'm going to show you. I'll hang up on your ass. What does that cost his business? Dude, she's got a money problem, man. What? It's not how it works. They don't give you a second try. They ain't going to call back and say, let me talk to somebody else.
Takeaways from that. He's posted over 5,320 videos. And that was the most popular video ever posted on his channel. What about that resonated with such a wide audience? My takeaway from that is he called almost setting her up for failure. If you receive a call from a customer looking to purchase your software, you most likely would not be able to just give them a price. You would have to scope it out first. Given water coolers and software are different, maybe the water cooler, water, whatever, is more transactional and there's just a general price in which she should have given a price. He set her up for failure a bit, but ultimately, my takeaway from that is she should not hang up on him without trying to progress a next step. That is my biggest lesson of 2021, one of the biggest lessons of mistakes I've made in my sales career as an account executive. It's not having clear next steps in a compelling event. Each time you speak with a potential customer, have a clear next step. She gave up without trying to get his number, text him, email him, set up another meeting to have that appointment. No good. Number 2, I told my wife to get rid of everything except one thing, hashtag shorts.
Told my wife, if I ever die, well, I will. When I die, you sell 2 things immediately, the same week. You sell the jet and you sell the condo and you keep everything else. Don't sell one apartment building. Don't sell anything because it'll take care of you. It'll take care of the kids. It'll take care of our church and our charities for hundreds of years. My real estate, the real estate that I pick, I look at it and I say, that piece of real estate right there, Woodway Square, Houston, Texas, will be in business longer than Facebook.
That's powerful what he just said there. A lot of us work in technology, and the shelf life of these companies could be decades. It's very, very rare for a company to be a generational company. Facebook, Google, Amazon, they will be generational companies. And that's something we were talking about the other day at my company. Imagine starting something that then lives past you and that your kids' kids could work at. Real estate to me is a physical asset, something that you can see, feel, and touch, and that will be around for a long time. And that's why it's so desirable for me to eventually get into real estate one day. And it's inspiring to hear from him, someone at his level that has a scale that's purchasing buildings that can accommodate hundreds of people to live in that will be sitting around for years, generations to come. Cold calling my client's business live. I know you guys are ready for this.
What's the most amount of money I can spend with you on a membership?
Have you been to the gym before?
What's that matter?
Sorry, so if we can show you what we've got at the facility, are you local?
Yeah, but I mean, all I want to know is what's the most amount of money I can spend with you?
You can spend as much as you like.
But how much would that be?
So our memberships start from £29 a month, and our top package is $69.99 per month. It all depends on, obviously, what days and what times you'd like to come and what you'd like to get out of the gym.
Okay, hey, thanks a lot.
All right, take care.
You should be fired. It's not his fault. He hadn't been trained. Happens every day right there. Was I mean to him? Was I terrible? Was I awful? Are those like crazy questions I ask? What's the most money I can spend with you, man? Are you local? Well, what does that matter? Just be transparent with him. Hey, glad you asked. Thank you for asking. Why don't I do this? Why don't I text you all the plans? That's all the dude had to do. How about I text you the plans? I'll show you the minimum you can spend. I'll show you the average.
Look, I think the takeaway from that is the guy did not go in to try and close. When you're on a meeting, if someone's interested, make the ask, try and close them. Entertainment, education, and value, all in one video. It doesn't get much better than that. My top 3 lessons from the 10X rule, starting with number 1, essentially getting beyond the shortage myth. In my sales job, it's easy to get jealous when other people are more successful, when other people get recognition, when other people are putting up these big deals and it just seems like you can't get out of the gate. Naturally, you say, wow, that should be me. I resent them. And early in my career, especially as a sales development representative, this was something that happened all the time because you're on these Salesforce dashboards, you're comparing how everyone's performing day to day. It's easy to resent people, but ultimately the takeaway is that there's no shortage of success. Someone else doing well in no way, shape, or form limits your ability to be successful because there's unlimited success out there, there's unlimited money out there. And essentially someone else doing well at your company, someone else doing well in your space is an indication and a validation that everyone can be successful in that space. Number 2 is setting 10X goals. It's the whole premise of the book. Essentially, 10X can be applied to anything. It can be applied from an effort action standpoint and an actual goal setting standpoint. So as you think about 10X action, it's you want to close $100,000 in revenue and you think you'll have to make 50,000 calls that quarter. You're underestimating the amount of action it's going to take and effort to actually reach that goal. Thus, the 10X effort working way harder than you think you would have had to in the first place. But more importantly, the 10X goals, essentially this means thinking big. And a lot of successful people say this. They say, I was thinking way too small. It's like sitting here saying, I want to make $1 million a year, or I want to be worth $5 million a year. Why shouldn't I set my goal at $50 million a year? It may sound realistic to most, but if you're setting big targets, and even if you fall short, you'll still be further ahead than if you set a very, very small target. And then finally, my favorite part of this, and I'm going to read it directly out of the book, there can never be enough wood on your fire. You can never take too much action or accumulate too much success. There is no such thing as being talked or written about excessively, being covered too frequently, receiving too much authority, or working too much. These are simply claims that mediocre people make in order to justify their own decisions to be happy with the status quo. That is what pushed me to overcome my limitations, building my personal brand with all the social media stuff and in my sales job. I'll stay late and people say, you should get out of here, you deserve a break. I even said this to a guy at the grocery store, which I regret. But ultimately, when other people try and say, you're working a lot, you're just treading in the territory of overworking, it's because they know that they're following the status quo and maybe not working to reach their potential, so they're trying to project their beliefs onto you. And not necessarily in a bad way with negative intentions. It's just if you have big goals, you need to recognize that you can have infinite as much as you want. And to me, that really helped me realize that if I'm gonna post on these social media things, I gotta post a lot. I gotta post every day. I can't just be posting once a week. And by getting bigger, by putting more wood on the fire, it's gonna create new problems. And that's a good thing to have. Can't be talked about too excessively, can't have too much success. Of course, they'll reach a point of diminishing return for everything. But I think for a young person in their sales career like me and many of you who are watching, this will help get you to the next level. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on the video now. comment the house emoji or whatever you want to comment for the algorithm below. Subscribe to the channel. We got to surpass Grant. We got to surpass 1.92 million subscribers. So tell your friends about this channel. Share with them. Let's get them to subscribe as well. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And we're starting to plug the TikTok. There's going to be a link to my TikTok in the description below if you'd like to check me out on there as well. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye.